All Might lost the power that made him the symbol of peace, and he kept smiling anyway. For decades he was unstoppable. He never lost. He never showed weakness. To the world he looked invincible. Look at that moment. Watch what happens when the cameras are gone. The symbol of peace can barely stand. Everyone thinks All Might's strength came from his power, but the psychology is the opposite. His real strength started the moment he lost it. So here's the real question. Why would a hero keep smiling after losing everything that made him a hero? To understand that, we have to break down the psychology behind the symbol of peace. Because All Might didn't just defeat villains, he defeated something far more dangerous: fear. But that came at a cost. For years, the world believed one simple thing: if All Might shows up, everything will be okay. Watch what happens right here. The moment he arrives, the panic disappears. Nothing about the situation actually changed, but their fear vanished. This is the psychology behind the symbol of peace. People weren't just trusting his strength, they were trusting his certainty. All Might never looked unsure. He never looked afraid. Look at his face before every fight. He smiles, not after the victory, before the battle even starts. Right here, watch the civilians behind him. They stop running. This is the first rule All Might mastered. Confidence spread faster than fear. When the strongest person in the room stays calm, everyone else borrows that certainty. But the symbol of peace had one fatal flaw. It only works if the symbol never bleeds. And one day, All Might started coughing blood. This is the moment everything changes. All for One doesn't just defeat All Might, he destroys the body that made the symbol possible. For the first time in decades, All Might loses. Look at this. The world never saw this version of him. Behind the smile, the strongest hero in the world was barely alive. After the injury, All Might could only use his power for 3 hours. The symbol of peace suddenly had a timer. Now imagine the psychological problem. If your identity is built on being the strongest man alive, what happens when you lose that strength? This is where most heroes break. They retire. They disappear. They protect their legacy. But All Might made a completely different decision. He kept smiling, even when the power was gone. And that creates a new question. If the power was disappearing, why keep pretending the symbol still existed? Why keep smiling when the hero himself was already breaking? Most heroes in this position would step down. When the power disappears, the symbol disappears with it. That would have been the logical decision. Look at this moment. He knows the power is fading. He knows the body is failing. And he smiles anyway. This is where most people misunderstand the symbol of peace. They think the smile was confidence. But by this point, All Might already knows he's losing. The smile wasn't about strength. It was about leadership. Because fear spreads through a crowd faster than danger. But hope spreads even faster. This is the second rule All Might understood. A leader's emotional state becomes the group's emotional state. If the hero looks afraid, everyone panics. So All Might did something incredibly difficult. He kept smiling, even when the smile stopped being true. And eventually, the power runs out. The symbol of peace finally disappears. Watch the crowd here. The moment the people realize All Might is gone, fear starts creeping back. Because the world had already depended on one man for peace. But this is where the story flips. All Might never believed the symbol of peace would last forever. He knew something most people didn't. The smile wasn't meant to save the world permanently. It was meant to buy time for the next generation of heroes to arise. This is the final discipline All Might understood. A true symbol doesn't try to last forever. It exists long enough to inspire someone stronger. Power creates victories, but hope creates successors. And the greatest heroes understand their job isn't to win forever, it's to make sure someone else can. If you want to understand which anime archetype you operate from under pressure, I built a free Anime Character Archetype Assessment. It shows you how to lead, react to adversity, and build conviction. The link is in the description. Strength isn't what makes a symbol. It's the courage to keep standing, even when your power is already gone. Until next time, crew, under the glow of stars, we forge our future together. Captain Geo Bravo signing off. Peace.